doing? Leave him alone! What the Get the out of the way! Why are you...
Multiple federal immigration raids taking place in Sacramento County today. Masked Border Patrol agents descending upon a Home Depot on Florin Road in South Sac this morning. According to a social media video posted by U.S. Border Patrol Chief Patrol Agent Gregory Bavina, at least 8 people were arrested for being in the country illegally. He said in the video one was an aggravated felon wanted for charges related to fentanyl trafficking. We also know one man was arrested not for immigration issues, but for what the chief says was impeding and or assaulting a U.S. federal officer. That man is Jose Castillo from Sacramento. Thanks for joining us at 4. I'm Lisa Gonzalez.
And I'm Curtis Meng. Moments after his arrest, Castillo's wife spoke with KCRA, telling us he is a U.S. citizen. KCRA 3's Maricela de la Cruz has been out there since this morning. What does the area look like now?
Well, the area has pretty much already been cleared out just a few minutes ago. Protesters were along Florin Road and this sidewalk. They were protesting against these immigration raids, which have brought a lot of sadness and grief to South Sacramento. And as for Jose Castillo, we're still trying to piece together what happened ahead of his arrest.
What are you doing?
A South Sacramento woman.
He's a U.S. citizen!
Pleading with federal immigration agents to release her husband during an immigration raid at a Home Depot parking lot in South Sacramento, where multiple people were detained, including 31-year-old Jose Castillo, a Migra Watch volunteer who is documenting the immigration activity. His wife, Andrea, arrived to this location attempting to let federal agents know that her husband is a U.S. citizen.
We never thought that this would be happening. We knew of the fears because of the president and everything that he's been doing, and we know that our people are being targeted. Like, we knew all of that, but we never thought it would be us because we're safe, right? This is America. If you're a U.S. citizen, you're protected by the Constitution. Your rights, you have rights, but clearly you don't.
Agents took Castillo into custody after a brief foot chase in the parking lot where they took him to the ground. In the video that Andrea shared, you can hear one of the agents saying that Jose flattened a tire. Listen to this clip.
He just flattened a tire.
KCRA 3 obtained these images of the tires allegedly slashed. The Border Patrol has not responded to KCRA on Castillo's detention. Chief Patrol Agent Gregory Bavino posted an edited video on X with a clip which appears to be Castillo with his face blurred, saying he was arrested for impeding and or assaulting a U.S. federal officer. KCRA also reached out to NorCal Resist, who says they're looking into the allegation.
As far as our volunteer, Jose, we are absolutely gutted. Again, we train our volunteers in best practices to make sure that they know their rights, they know the rights of the immigrants if they're detained, and that they feel empowered knowing that they have a right to do this and that they're not doing anything unlawful.
And Andrea tells me that she's been tracking her husband's location, which shows him in Stockton, and we were able to confirm that that address is an ICE facility. We're live in South Sacramento. Maricela de la Cruz, KCRA 3 News.
So, Maricela, I know you said it's clear now, but what did the day laborers tell you earlier about how they're feeling?
Yeah, you know, they were out here for a few hours in the morning. They were clearly shaken. Some of them told me that they were in the area when this happened. They ran. They were part of the group who ran and were able to get away. Another one told me that he was driving to this parking lot because this is where he comes every day to try to find a job. And he says that as he was driving by, he saw that ICE activity and just kept driving by. Then he ended up coming just after agents took off, and he told me that some of the people that were taken were some of his friends. And again, throughout the day, we have also seen just a lot of people coming out here showing support. They were protesting out here. Some people even brought some food out here for some of the workers who are still out here. Some vendors selling fruit cups and all of that. So we've just seen overall also a lot of support from the community.
All right, thank you. And 2 other raids happened earlier this morning, one in the city of Sacramento while the other was in the county. Officials tell us they were looking for a specific person.